Hi everyone, I'm Marshall, Project Manager and Game Designer for Clean Jump Company. This semester of work was defined by our close partnership with mixed reality experience developer Yumibao. In this partnership, our project charter outlined a series of objectives and deliverables for the end of the semester. That includes designing and pitching multiple augmented reality game ideas, using the Yumigo SDK to build and prototype at least 2 ideas, pushing the boundaries of our client's SDK and mapping the development process of the inefficiencies, and determining how rapidly our team can design and develop within the SDK's framework, delivering 1 to 3 AR prototypes and leveraging the creative construction value, and delivering game design documents and technical documentation for each game.
So a little bit on our client. Yumibao is a mixed reality development company aiming to change the way billions of people discover, experience, and interact with knowledge and culture. They have an existing platform and SDK in which we have been developing within. Their vision for this project was partly R&D for their SDK and platform to see how external developers would fare in its existing functionality. It was also about populating the service with fresh designs and experiences by external developers.
Now that you've got some background, here are the 3 games we made this semester.
Jensen's Space Adventure is a concept spawned from a Danish children's game called 123 Hat. The goal of Jensen's Space Adventure is to take vengeance upon the universe by bouncing your bombs from platforms which you, as a player, can move and set. Launch your bomb, bounce on platforms, destroy the universe. Very Danish.
In Space Demolitionist, there are malicious alien cows surrounding a structure you've been contracted to destroy. Players must find ways to knock down the targeted structure using an array of weapons and explosives. Hitting the alien cows along the way is obviously extra points.
A survey bot reaching the furthest edge of a galaxy discovered the remnants of a sophisticated civilization known as Tusavia. Help Callisto explore the ruins and discover the secret of the civilization's past. Explore, solve the puzzles, and reach the portal to the next chamber.
Our design process was outfitted for the distinct elements of augmented reality's game development. During the design of our games, our concepts passed through 3 sections of design: ideation, convergence, and expansion. In ideation, we developed the initial concept under limited core restraints. And then there's convergence, which looks like eliminating or shaping concepts to fit the scope and objective of our client and our team. Lastly, there's expansion, broadening the mechanics and design to prepare concepts for presentation to client and potentially development.
Development-wise, we were facing numerous challenges within the client's SDK that we used to build our games. Debugging was complicated without an in-editor debugging tool. Lua and XLua also weren't something that we were familiar with initially, thus taking time for us to adapt to the syntax and setups for special use cases to hook up with Unity. From time to time, it was normal to bump into something that has not been supported yet in the SDK, but it was also the time for us to sit down, think smart while searching and testing for workarounds, and even propose a request to the client to address those issues officially.
The UX in this project was a tough task to handle. This was because our designs had to be based on our client's existing platform, and this meant that our solutions had to be in line with our client's SDK and non-gaming experiences. The SDK also didn't have the required technical functionality to support our UI and UX needs at the very start. What the UX team did was map out every interaction we currently know of in the system with the help of our developers to understand what we were working with. This allowed us to proceed with designing solutions surrounding huge technical and design constraints.
The biggest challenge on the art side was getting our newly created assets to match the existing Siegecraft style. We were given access to a repository with some of the finished assets inside, but not to any source files or style guides to help in the creation of new assets. Therefore, the art team had to go through a fair amount of trial and error in building a pipeline that yielded assets that looked similar to the existing style.
The team unanimously agreed that the biggest challenge we faced with this project was working within the very limited constraints of an SDK that was ever-changing, and this meant that we managed to work out how to properly communicate changes among ourselves and to our clients that are within constraints. We also learned to be agile in our development cycle, with consistently shifting SDK builds always tossing a curveball into our project. And lastly, we realized that communication is key when it comes to scoping, as we'll get new surprises every week with the SDK.